Tank Davis is back and as good as ever. Gervonta Davis defeated Frank Martin by 8th round knockout, defending his WBA lightweight title. He started slow, and Martin arguably took the first 3 rounds, but Davis took control from there, regularly stalking him into the corners.
When will we see you again? And Lomachenko, everybody's talking about that. There's Stevenson, there's Pitbull Cruz. What would you like to do, and how soon would you do it?
Most importantly, I want to just, get back to the drawing board, get back in the gym, and just stay focused. I felt that I was a little rusty, but all them guys is, on my radar.
Gervonta Davis's next fight is yet to be announced. However, after his dominant win against Frank Martin on June 15, 2024, Tank says that he has everyone on his radar for his upcoming bouts. But according to the latest news, Tank is set to resume talks with the next opponent. Top Rank promotes Lomachenko, while Davis is with Premier Boxing Champions. According to Top Rank icon Bob Arum, Lomachenko and the promotion are up for a potential meeting between the two men in November. Arum said in an interview, a meeting between the two sides could happen this week. According to Arum, a fight with Davis is the best fit for Lomachenko at this stage of his career. He said, Davis has established a position where he's good at the box office. A fight with Davis would produce more money than a fight with Shakur Stevenson. If we get Davis-Lomachenko in the 4th quarter of the year, it could steal the show from several other high-profile fights planned for the holiday season.
Thank everybody for coming out. Great event. Everybody that played a part of this event, I appreciate you guys. Once again, we did it again. On to the next.
In a post-fight interview, Davis reflected on his return to the ring after 14 months, admitting he felt a bit rusty initially. Davis told reporters after the fight, "I was rusty, but it was okay because I'm back." However, Davis reassured reporters, "I'm back," emphasizing his growing confidence as the fight progressed. He strategically allowed his opponent to exhaust himself, noting, "A couple rounds, I didn't feel like I warmed up completely like I wanted to, but I did warm up as the fight was going on." Davis was fighting for the first time in 14 months. During a post-fight interview in the ring, he said, "I knew that he was going to tire down, so I was just standing there, being a target for him so he could tire himself out. And once he tired himself out, I started picking him apart." Davis had not fought since a 7th round knockout of Ryan Garcia in April 2023, also in Las Vegas.
There's some big news about boxing star Gervonta Davis, who managed to dodge jail time for a nasty hit-and-run incident that hurt 4 people, including a pregnant woman.
Part of his time away from the ring included 44 days in a detention center last summer for violating terms of his house arrest stemming from an automobile accident that injured 4 people, including 1 victim who was pregnant. Reflecting on his extensive career, Davis remarked, "I've been around for a long time." During the post-fight press conference, Davis's right cheek was swollen and red from absorbing blows in the early rounds. He further added, "I've been training since I was 7 years old and competing since I was 8. It's like second nature. It's about staying focused, making sure my mind is on a goal, and that's always to come out on top." He emphasized the importance of focus and determination in achieving his ultimate goal, to emerge victorious in every fight he undertakes. On the other hand, let's take a look at what happened at the Frank Martin post-fight press conference.
I let my people down, but my head high, At the end of the day, I came out to be great, but I came up short.
On being asked in a post-match press conference, at the beginning of the fight, you had it under control. You were moving well, using your jab. It felt like you won a lot of the early rounds. I would say maybe around 5 or 6 is when it started to feel like it took a turn. Can you tell me about that part? Like, what do you remember? When did the momentum start kind of shifting for you? In the post-match press conference, Martin was asked about the turning point in the fight, particularly around the 5th or 6th round when the momentum seemed to shift against him. Reflecting on this critical phase, Martin candidly acknowledged his lapse in strategy. Martin replied, "I got too chilling on the ropes, Derek, that's one thing he's been talking to me about in training camp for a while, Not getting comfortable on the ropes, Not chilling on them just because I feel like I can catch shots and this and that, I just feel like I was on the ropes too much, I had started just chilling on the ropes too much, bouncing off of them and stuff." At the post-fight press conference, Martin was questioned about his experience with Tank's renowned power, prompting him to reflect on the impact of his opponent's punches. On being asked, "A lot's been made about Tank's power. How was his power to you? Was it really like devastating power?" Martin responded thoughtfully, "I mean, he got power, you know what I mean, but it's more like he does a great job at landing that big shot, He knows how to land that shot, hit guys on the button and just get them up out of there, because he's an accurate puncher and he just knows how to land that shot." Martin's assessment highlighted Davis's ability to deliver precise and impactful blows, emphasizing the strategic effectiveness of his punches rather than sheer force alone. Talking about what kind of performance and fighter it would take to end up beating Gervonta Davis, Martin gave a very concise answer.
And just watch all the shots, because he got them shots that if you don't see him, he can get you out, and he's sneaky with it. He could take a punch, he can give a punch too. So it's just like just being woke. With him, you got to be woke in there. I've been saying that like the whole time leading up to this fight. you know, you got to be woke. And I got caught with a shot, not being woke, so.
Frank, straight in front of you. I was wondering when you got to the ring.
Talking about Tank's skills in the ring, Frank Martin told in his press conference.
So, like, the trap that I got caught with was one that we knew that could possibly happen, you know, and I was just too comfortable, and you know, he landed that up on me, and I ain't see it, you know, just by being on them ropes. But he a slick guy, you know, he could box, he could punch, you know, he could really, you know, he adaptable. You know, I feel like Tank can adapt to a lot of different styles. You know, he got the experience.
The press conference shared an unprecedented insight into the boxing world. It clarified the mutual respect the fighters had for each other, regardless of the final result. Martin further underscored this sentiment. "We are warriors in the ring, but outside, we appreciate each other's skills and training," he further expressed. "In boxing, respect is as important as the fight itself." Ryan Garcia might be the biggest flip-flopper in boxing right now. The Victorville native was ringside during Gervonta Davis, his former rival's fight against Frank Martin at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Interestingly, he showed up at the venue wearing a shirt with "Rematch Me Bitch" written on it to mock Davis. However, he later changed his tune when Davis defeated Martin via an 8th-round knockout. After the fight concluded and Davis was announced the winner, Garcia climbed the ring to congratulate the defending champion and even embraced the Baltimore native after showing his shirt, which also had "Tank's #1 fan" written on it.
Let me get a picture right quick.
But here's the kicker. After sharing this wholesome moment with Davis, Garcia hopped on X just to contradict it with his tweet. What did he say? Ryan Garcia wrote, "I will hurt this guy on my mama," going as far as to disagree with a fan who pointed out he quit in their first match after a vicious body shot. During the heated post-fight press conference, the atmosphere crackled with tension as reporters probed Davis about his future opponents and recent remarks made by Ryan Garcia. So, when a reporter brought up Garcia's tweet during the post-fight press conference on the same night, Davis responded with a fiery statement. Davis said, "Ryan, he's crazy. He was talking about a rematch. He said I was the best at 135 and 142. He says he wants to fight me again? I'll kick his ass again." As the discussion turned to his next potential opponents, Davis didn't shy away from expressing his readiness to face the best in his division. During his post-fight press conference, Tank then revealed who he would be willing to face next, beginning with IBF champion Vasyl Lomachenko, after reports that the pair are already in negotiations for a bout later this year. He said, "For sure, yeah, for sure. I'm willing to fight all of them. My prediction? Against Loma, a whooping time." Tank finished by answering whether he would be willing to take on WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson. Davis hinted at the inevitable outcome. "You know how it would go. Everybody in this room knows how it would go. I guess it would be good for the sport if we fight, now or later." Davis's assertive responses not only ignited speculation about future matchups, but also underscored his reputation as a fearless competitor, willing to take on any challenge in the boxing world. The boxing world has also reacted to the thrilling showdown between Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin. Before the fight, Timothy Bradley shared his comprehensive overview and analysis. He said, "Gervonta Davis was heavily favored to win against Martin. However, it's easy to overlook fighters because of their limited experience, neglecting to recognize the years they've spent envisioning, strategizing, and training for the chance to become world champions. Hunger, an intangible and invaluable trait, can turn any fighter into a formidable opponent regardless of who they face." Bradley continued his assessment of Davis, portraying him as a master of boxing's intricacies. Bradley said, "Davis is a true master of the sweet science, with one of the most versatile skill sets among all champions. With his right foot and hand positioned forward, the southpaw stance gives him an edge, as do his hand speed, power, accuracy, and tactical prowess. Davis seems to possess a sixth sense that helps him detect fears and weaknesses in his opponents." Bradley's comprehensive analysis not only underscored the dynamics of the fight, but also shed light on Davis's strengths and strategic prowess as a top-tier boxer. According to Bradley, Martin's experience may be limited on paper, but he has impressive control and offensive and defensive skills inside the ring. When stationed in the pocket, Gervonta is a bit of a control freak, showcasing nuances beyond his experience with guard manipulation, frame shifts, body bumps, guard pins, turning on slight angles, and maintaining head control. After losing the fight, Martin reflected on the outcome with a mix of resilience and introspection. He said, "I mean, if I did, that's a blessing. If I probably lost some fans, it is what it is. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to come back, get better, and just keep going." Looking forward, Martin emphasized his commitment to growth and learning from the experience. He further added, "I'm going going to go. I'm going to go check the fight out, go see what I could have done better. You know what I mean, where I can grow from my mistakes I made, the things I did good, and just grow, man. I don't really have a fighter in mind as of right now or anything like that. You know, I still have to process, you know, me taking my first loss, you know, and see how I take it, what I took from it, what I did wrong, what I could have done better. He noted that while he didn't have a specific opponent in mind yet, processing his first loss was a priority. Following the conclusion of the recent highly anticipated boxing match, Errol Spence Jr. shared his reaction to Frank Martin's KO loss to Gervonta Davis. For those left bewildered because of the unexpected outcome, Errol's insights certainly shed light on the turn of events. The encounter provided fans with an extraordinary display of skill, technique, and stamina, echoing the immortal ethos of the boxing world.
I was real proud. You know, it was probably just a little inexperienced, but I was super proud because he handled the bright lights well. You know, he put up a great fight. Then a lot of people think he was gonna put up and you know, made him work, and you know, he came on short.
Known for his competent analysis and forecast of boxing matches, the WBC and IBF welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. had much to say about this spectacular event. Astonishingly, Davis emerged victorious by delivering a stunning knockout punch to Martin in the earlier rounds of the match. It was a sight that left the boxing community and fans present in the stadium open-mouthed with surprise and admiration. Errol said, "No one expected a KO that soon." Spence Jr. draws attention to Davis's strategic style and impeccable form that helped orchestrate his win. He further added, "Frank's defensive skills are top-notch, but Davis seemed to have calculated his moves just right. What Davis brought to the game eventually favored him." Highlighting Davis's tactical superiority, the boxing champion noted, "It stands proof to the assertion that boxing is as much about the mind as it is about the might." Such an opinion reflects the intriguing depth and complexity of this sport. The young contender Martin showcased his prowess throughout the fight, with his willpower becoming evident to all. Yet, as Spence Jr. notes, Davis's knockout blow seemed to have come from a place of utter determination and focus. It brought his A-game and dictated the pace and outcome of the match. Errol concluded, "You'd tell the look in Davis's eyes. He was waiting to launch that right. I mean, it's boxing after all. Anything can happen." Spence Jr. provides an enlightened perspective on the minute yet crucial details that shaped the outcome. It doesn't negate Frank Martin's efforts, but instead applauds Davis's talent and strategy, playing a pivotal part in his win. Distinguishing the young champion's feats, Errol conveyed, "Davis is marking his territory in the lightweight category, and his recent victory against Martin solidifies his standing. From tactical mastery to the audacious courage required to enter the ring, the sport demands more than just brute strength, as emphasized by Errol Spence Jr. in his remarkable understanding of the game." Tank Davis's incredible knockout caught the attention of many in the boxing, as well as the MMA community. Several personalities and fans took to social media to share their reactions to the knockout. Dylan Dennis uploaded a post on social media, praising Davis as a force to be reckoned with. "Tank Davis is a F*** king beast." MMA journalist Ariel Helwani didn't hold back in his admiration for Davis's knockout power, describing the finish as vicious. In a tweet, Helwani exclaimed, "Oh my, Tank KOs Martin. Vicious stuff, yet again. 8th round, he is something else." Undefeated boxer Shakur Stevenson expressed his eagerness to face Gervonta Davis, hinting at future showdowns. Stevenson confidently tweeted, "Can't wait to shock the world. Remember everything y'all saying now. #chasing greatness." Former UFC title challenger Marlon Vera boldly claimed that no fighter could defeat Davis inside the boxing ring. He posted, "No one can beat Tank." Former boxer Timothy Bradley Jr. also shared words of respect for Davis. He said in a social media post, "I will always be a man and give credit when credit is due. Gervonta Davis is a hell of a fighter. Respect." As we reflect on Gervonta Davis's electrifying victory over Frank Martin, the boxing world has erupted with praise and anticipation. From Dylan Dennis calling Davis a F*** king beast to Ariel Helwani describing his knockout as vicious, Davis's dominance has left an indelible mark. Looking ahead, with Shakur Stevenson eager to challenge Davis and speculation swirling about potential future opponents like Vasyl Lomachenko, who do you think poses the biggest threat to Davis in the lightweight division? Let us know your thoughts.